Relationship expert Dr. Viviana has this important advice for couples before they say I do.
So there are like a million and one things to prepare for a wedding, like the florals, the shoes, the desserts, the drinks. But you say that you should actually add to the list, which is like mentally preparing for the actual marriage. What do you mean by that?
100% you should be planning for your dream marriage, not just your dream wedding. Life together truly begins after you say I do. You've joined this membership, this club that so many of us have joined, but you still need to figure out what the rules are from the bylaws that you want to have in your own marriage. So that takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of energy, and that would be the only reason why I think a lot of people should do premarital counseling to give you that
Mhm.
specific time to really think about what it is that are those high conflict issues that I see in my office, in long-term relationships, and even, right at new relationships. But a lot of people don't put that thought into it. They're just so overcome by the stressful wedding planning and making sure that the flowers are just right.
You bring up a term I want to know more about. You call it long-term tension. I'm thinking of like a tug of war rope. What do you mean by that?
Long-term tension, it's topics that will often come up at different times in your relationship that may not become overcome very quickly. So it's almost like they rear their heads and then you squash it, you have like one or two conversations, and then it comes back up when you have kids, and then it comes back up when there's illness. So these are things like conflict over finances, conflict over communication, how to deal with stress as individuals, as a couple, how to deal with family issues, in-law things. It's not like the one time, like, are we going to have kids, which is a bigger conversation, but it's like a yes or no. It's
Hmm.
the things which, like, wait, you have this new job and this new position that's making things change for us. Oh, now you have this new job, and now our kids are in a different phase of life. Those are the long-term tension items that I'm referring to and always working with on my with my couples.
So you're saying have those discussions before the marriage.
Have those discussions. And if you don't even know what discussions you should be having, reach out to me. drviviana.com or vividrelationships.com. I do have a premarital counseling program that you can
Oh,
do
wow.
online for by yourselves. And of course, if you ever want guidance from one of my providers, we can do that. But the truth is, for a lot of people, having the acknowledgement and the awareness makes a really big difference in their confidence as they're walking down the aisle. Because
Right.
that's what we really, it's not like you can predict everything or work through everything or know this is the answer, this is how my partner is going to feel forever. But at least to have had the ball rolling on those big long-term tension items can make a really big difference in your experience of the marriage.
Yeah, it's almost like, and this is sad to compare it, but it's like you're studying for the test instead of just going in ill prepared, which I
Yeah,
think is,
I mean, at least crack the textbook, guys.
yeah, yeah.
The divorce rate is going up. It is creeping up more than the 50 to 55% that we've had in the past.
Mm.
So, not that divorce is the worst thing that could possibly happen. We're very fortunate that we have that as an option under certain circumstances. But throwing in the towel because y'all didn't discuss how, what your roles would be in the first 10 years of marriage, like, come on, that's the
Yeah,
least.
right. Yeah, that's a great point. I want to just ask finally about social media because there's a lot about like the perfect wedding or the perfect marriage.
Mhm.
Um, how realistic and how much weight should someone put into the social media aspect of this all? Because it can kind of become like a spectacle.
Absolutely. I mean, the whole point of having a big wedding service or even a small wedding service is to have people witness this commitment. It does lead to a feeling of, okay, now we've really joined the club. Help us out, right? And that's where it
Yeah.
all really came from, is from this idea of getting support from the community for your union. Now, starting from there, then how beautiful you want the experience to be, whether it's their actual experience at the wedding or what it looks like in years to come on the walls when you decide whether or not you want to hang those wedding photos. I just think it shouldn't be something that causes you stress as a couple. Like
Mhm.
that's do everything on a budget if you want to, don't have a budget if you want to, but talk about it together because oftentimes I will say the wives to be, the brides are the ones that are leading the way and their partners are slowly getting more and more resentful about the
Yeah.
planning process. I would love to talk about that with you before wedding season comes up.
I would love that. All right. Well, hashtag thank you so much. I appreciate that. And as always, we can always trust and rely on you for such good love advice. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, guys.
Find Dr. Viviana online at drviviana.com/vivid relationships or download her free app, Vivid Relationships.